everyone, welcome to your HIIT Superset Express class. This is just like the HIIT Superset class I posted at the start of the month, except it is shorter. We're going to just complete 3 supersets instead of 5, so it's a great option if you are short on time. That being said, we are still going to start class with a thorough guided warm-up, and we will get a quick guided cool down in at the end. No equipment is needed for class today, all body weight exercises, and we are going to have a lower body focus. If you're new to my HIIT Superset workouts, this is how the structure goes. In each superset, you're given 2 moves. Movement A and movement B are similar. However, movement A is going to be lower impact, no jumping. And then movement B is a little more intense. We mix in some jumping. That being said, I will show you how to modify if you want to keep the whole workout a little lower impact. And you also always have the option to stay on movement A the whole time instead of progressing to movement B at the halfway point. You do the exercises for 20 seconds apiece back to back. You then rest for 20 seconds before repeating. So in other words, that's 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. In total, you're going to complete 4 sets of the superset before we move on. In between each of the 3 supersets, you have about a minute to recover, a little longer. And during that recovery time, I will show you the upcoming moves. If you enjoyed this class, I have another one available, the express version, up on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Nicole Pearce. You can become a monthly member to gain access to additional workout classes plus a monthly workout calendar. So definitely check that out. With all that said, let's get to our warm-up. We're going to start standing, and I'm just going to turn to face the side. And I want you to reach the arms forward. We're going to link movement to breath and try to open up through this thoracic spine area. So inhale through the nose, expanding your rib cage east to west. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to roll forward, but only to the point where your arms are parallel to the floor. Really reach, 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 but staying fairly neutral through the pelvis. Inhale here to expand. Exhale it out. And then as you inhale, I want you to just stack the spine right to the top. Let's do that again. Exhale, round forward, but just through the upper and mid spine. And we stay for a big inhale. It should almost feel like a stretch for the back of your rib cage when you do that inhale in this position. You exhale it out, and then on your next inhale, we're going to stack the spine back up tall. Let's do that one final time. Exhale, nod, round forward, like you're trying to touch that wall in front of you. Big inhale. Exhale out. And then on an inhale, stack your spine back up to neutral. Keep your arms reaching forward. We're going to come into a little calf raise. It doesn't have to be huge. You're going to press down through your toes, heels lift up a couple inches and lower. Now, even though our legs are not physically together, I want you to think of gently drawing them in towards your midline. The engagement of the adductors, that inner thigh area, is going to help you stabilize through the knees and the ankles. Little lift and lower, staying nice and tall through your upper body. 2 more. Last time. And now we're going to roll all the way down to the mat. Hands come to the floor. I want you to walk yourself out into a plank position and then just walk yourself right back into the forward fold. We're just going to continue doing this, walking out and in, actively opening up through the backs of the legs. If you can do this, keeping your legs straight, I want you to. But if those hamstrings are tight, then of course add a little bend to the knees for me. Twice more. One last time. And now I want you to walk it in. We're going to roll up to standing and come into some light cardio, starting with butt kickers. So you're just kind of jogging in place, bringing a heel in towards your seat as you do it. If you don't want to add in this kind of semi-jumping movement, you could always just kick, kick, slowing it down a little bit, taking out the hop. So before we go into HIIT work, we want to safely and gradually bring the heart rate up a little bit. So that is what we're going to do here. We're going to alternate between 2 movements. Second one is going to be a crisscross jumping jack. So it's just a jumping jack, but your arms are going to fly out and in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Out, in, crisscrossing one foot in front of the other. If you don't want to jump, then you're going to step, 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 step. We're going to go through those 2 movements 3 times. Back to those butt kickers in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So we're getting the heart rate up. Also a nice active opening through the quads in this one. Crisscross jumping jacks in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We're going to go through those 2 movements one last time. Back to butt kickers. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Run it out. So after this, we have just a little bit more mobility work. We're going to really focus on the hips, and then we'll get right into our HIIT work. Crisscross jumping jacks in 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to make our way down to the mat next. You're going to mirror me. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So we're going to come to kneeling. If you want to fold the mat over for more padding, you can. Or you can put a towel or a pillow under your left knee. We're going to have our right leg extended out and maybe a couple inches in front of you just so that we keep the hip bone square and pointing straight ahead. We're going to come into a little combo. I'm going to walk you through it slow and then I'll kind of let you move at your own pace. So we're going to start with a hip hinge. As the hips slide back, the torso hinges forward, arms can reach behind you. We're going to come up to the starting position, arms to the side. Now you're going to take this right leg, you're going to lift the toes up. You're going to externally rotate from the hip joint, toes point to the ceiling. Then you're going to bend into that right knee, lunge to the side as you flatten your foot to the mat. Reverse it. You push back up, the leg straightens. Rotate the leg down. Hip hinge, sweep your arms back. So we come upright, right leg spirals open, lunge over to the right. Bring it back up, keep that going. Close the leg, hinge, up, rotate, flatten the foot. Nice opening through the inner thighs, groin area here. Last time this side. Flatten that foot. Now let's just take it over to the other side. So your right knee is down, left leg extends out, toes point forward to start. You might need to walk that heel up a couple inches, square the hips. Hip hinge, arms extend back, open through the chest. Bring those hips up, squeezing the glutes, arm to the side. Now take that left thigh, spiral it open. Bend into the knee, flatten the foot, lunge to the side. That feels so good. Come back up. Foot flattens on the floor. Hip hinge it back. Mobilizing through that hip joint here. Last time through the sequence. Rotate, bend and lunge. Bring it back up, rotate, close, come to kneeling, and now I'm going to show you a preview of our first superset, and we're going to get right into it. So for your first superset, movement A is going to be a duck walk. You're basically in a low or a semi-squat position, and you walk forward and back, keeping your feet pretty parallel and trying to stay low the whole time. Exercise B, we're going to continue to stay fairly low, but we're going to dial up the intensity. It's going to be a squat jump forward, staying pretty low, and then a 180 squat jump, switching the direction. So it's forward, switch, forward, switch. Now to modify your first option, just stay on exercise A with the walk forward and back. Sort of an in-between modification. You would do your squat hop forward and then you would duck walk it back to the start. So you would just be hopping forward and then walk it back. 20 seconds each move. We do them back to back. You rest for 20 before repeating. Let's find our low squat position and we're going to get right into it. We'll start with that walk forward and back. So hip slide back, ground down through your feet. Your toes are pointing straight forward. As you walk up and down, try to avoid flipping out with your feet. Think about keeping the outer edges parallel with your mat. And while yes, your toes are going to lift up as you pick your foot off of the mat, every time your foot steps down, I want you to think of grounding down through the toes. We add in the jump. Flip. Leap forward. And rest. Okay, 20 seconds to shake it out. Gonna go through that 3 more times. Let's find that low squat position. And we're gonna walk it up and back. So even though we're not using any equipment, I want you to picture there's a band around your thighs and you're gently pushing against it, just so that our knees stay tracking in line with those middle toes the whole time. Hips are back, but spine is long. We're not rounding forward, so stay open across your chest. Okay, add in the jump. Leap forward, catch yourself, flip it. Oh, and rest. Whew, hard to stay low by the end of those. We're halfway there. Take it low, and let's walk it out. Let's add in that jump. 180, leap it forward. Ooh, lost my balance there. Woo, rest. All right, just one more set. Now that grounding down through the toes that I was talking about in the walk, I want you to also apply that when we get to the jumping portion, okay? Every time you land, toes are gripping. Find that low position. Let's walk. So why do I care so much that you're grounding down through your toes? Especially that big toe. Not only is it helpful for balance and stabilizing through the ankles and therefore the knees, but connecting to your toes is going to help you connect to your glutes. Let's add in that jump. Ground down through the feet. Ground down. Ooh, slip there, rest. Okay, you have about a minute to recover. I'm going to show you our next 2 moves. Exercise A is going to be a back lunge to a calf raise with a knee drive. Now think back to the warm-up when we were doing that calf raise. It doesn't have to be huge. You're focusing on stabilizing through the ankle and lifting straight up without rolling out or buckling inward. Movement B, we stay on that same leg. It is a sprinter lunge hop. So you'll notice I'm getting very low in the starting position. My fingertips are coming to just graze the mat, and then it's a very explosive jump up. Don't worry about actually touching your hands to the mat though. If you find yourself kind of crumpling in a little ball to get that low, then I would much rather you stay open across your collarbones. Just come to your lowest point and do your explosive jump from there. If you want to take out the jump, you have options. You could just split lunge pulse in place, or again, stay on movement A. We'll alternate the target leg each time. So you'll go right, then you'll do it on the left, then the right, then the left. So let's get ready. Right foot is forward, left foot will step back into that back lunge. Ground down through your toes. Back lunge, knee drive, little calf raise. Woo, as I lose balance. So don't rush this one. Right foot will stay forward. You find that sprinter lunge position, and it is an explosive hop. Big hinge forward with the torso. So at the bottom, notice my shoulders are stacked over this front knee. Rest. Oh, that one is so hard, but we only have to do it twice on each leg, so that's at least some little good news. We'll do that same thing on the left now. So think about spreading out through your left toes, back lunge, and then as your right knee comes forward, lift that left heel up, little calf raise. Now I'm exhaling as I come up to help me stay engaged through my abdominal wall here. I'm squeezing into my left side seat as I come up. Okay, lunge hops. Only get as low as is comfortable for your body, okay? Rest. Whew. Halfway there. Right leg will be the focus. Ground down through that right foot, but don't fold into the arch. Back lunge. Woo! Add in the jump. Find your split lunge position, you're low. Explode. So I'd rather you get fewer reps in and make each one really explosive. Think of pushing your feet through the floor. Press the mat away. Oh, rest. Okay, done with the right leg. We got to do it once more on the left. Plant through the left foot. Right foot will step back. Back lunge. Don't worry about the height of your calf raise. Focus on stability. And if it is just not happening without you rolling your ankle, then just do back lunge, knee drive, and forget about the calf raise for now, okay? Final 20 seconds, let's do it. Oh, and done. I was struggling there at the end. All right, you have about a minute to recover. I'm going to show you our final two moves. Exercise A is going to be a get up and we're going to stay low. You're going to lead with the same side the whole 20-second interval, and then we'll just switch next time we do it. Now, if it bothers your knees to come all the way to a kneeling position and then back up, then I want you to just alternate stepping into a back lunge from a low squat position like so. Second exercise, from your low squat, you're just going to hinge open through the hips into a sumo squat position, and you're going to give me a sumo squat jump. If you want to keep that one low impact, then just give me a sumo squat pulse, making sure those knees are tracking in line with your middle toes, really opening up through that hip joint. Okay, just like that, we are on our final superset. Let's do it. I'm going to start leading with my right side, so I'll go right, left the whole time. Find your low squat starting position. Right knee, right foot, left foot. Same lead side. Now, I don't want a ton of rocking of the hips as you do this. There will be a little bit, but I want your pelvis to stay as neutral as possible. Okay, you come into your low squat position, pivot open into your sumo squat, and then we add in that jump. Now you're only jumping as high as you can, maintaining this external rotation through your hips. So it might be more like a hop than a huge explosive jump, and that's okay. Rest. So now I'm going to lead with my left side. Left knee, left foot, right foot. Low squat position. Big hinge forward through the torso. Left, right, left, right. Just coming into a low squat position. Don't stand up all the way. Okay, we come into that sumo squat, externally rotated through the hips, adding in our little jump. If you'd rather just pulse, go for it. But try to stay active through the whole 20 seconds. Push off the floor with the balls of the feet. Rest. Halfway there. Right foot will lead the way. Find your squat position. Right, left, right, left. All right, sumo squat position, hop it out. Rest. Okay, one more time through and then we cool down. These express versions go by quick. Tough but quick. We'll lead with the left foot this time. All right, left knee, right knee. Now this is where I want you to focus your effort. Left foot is planted. Think of grounding down through that left foot. Push the floor away to come to that low position. Ground down and push. Sumo squat position, let's go, final 20 seconds. Keep it up, you're almost there. And done. Oh, awesome job. Take a few moments to just catch your breath. Let the heart rate come down. I'll guide you through a quick cool down. In our cool down, we'll focus on a little bit mobility, similar to what we started class with in the warm up, but then we will hold some static stretches as well. All right, when you're ready, let's make our way down to the mat. You've seen this before in the warm up. We're going to do another variation of it. I want your left knee down and I want your right leg out straight. And I want you to externally rotate it. So right away, toes are pointing up, knee is pointing up to the ceiling. Make sure your hips are square. We're going to start by just bending into that right knee, lunging to the side, and then coming back up. And you can play around with what feels good. Maybe you keep your foot flat on the mat even as you come up. Or if it feels better, you can come onto your heel, lifting the toes as you come up. 2 more. This last time, I want you to hold into the lunge and then just bring your hands down to the mat. We're gonna hold this position and breathe. Now, if it's uncomfortable for this left knee, change the angle of your shin. You might need to windshield wiper it in or back a little bit. And if this is too much, I want you to just stay in the movement we were previously on, lunging and then coming back up, keeping your torso upright. When you're ready, we're going to take it over to the other side. Right knee comes down, left leg extends long. And if you want padding for this knee, fold your mat over or grab a pillow or a towel. So externally rotate, toes and knees point up. And we're just going to lunge into that left knee and come up, keeping your foot flat or letting it lift, whatever works for you. Two more. This time, hold into the lunge and plant your hands down, kind of forward, but at an angle. Find the position that works best for you. And again, you can also play around with windshield wipering that back shin. Everyone's hips are different, so don't force the shape, okay? Find one that works for your body. When you're ready, we're gonna come up and we're gonna find a seated position. Let's keep that left leg out straight and the right foot will be in the inside of that thigh. We're gonna start with a side body stretch. So you're gonna take that left hand towards the left foot. Maybe it just comes to the shin, whatever works for you. And then we're gonna take that right arm and we're just gonna sweep it up and overhead. Nice stretch for the side body here. With every inhale, think of expanding into this rib cage. And now on your exhale, we're just gonna rotate our chest towards the mat, squaring off towards the leg. Both hands come to the foot, or again, shin, whatever works for you. And if you're really tight through the backs of the legs, bend that left knee for me a little bit. Now coming upright with the torso, we're gonna take that left foot and plant it outside of the right thigh. And we're gonna hug that knee in towards our chest. Maybe you stay here, but if it feels good to take a twist, we are going to hook that right elbow to the outside of the thigh, tent the left fingertips behind us, and find a spinal twist. Think of really getting tall in this twist, as if you could increase the space between your vertebrae. And now coming through center, we're just gonna do that whole thing to the other side. So I want you to stretch your right leg out at an angle, left foot comes to the inner thigh. We'll start with the side bend. So right hand reaches, left arm sweeps up overhead. Few deep breaths here. Directing our breath into the side of our body, kind of right under the armpit. On your next exhale, let's rotate our chest down to the mat. Maybe both hands find your foot, or maybe they just come to the shin. If this is too intense, invite a little bend into that right knee. Coming up right through the spine. Let's take that right foot, plant it to the outside of the left thigh. Hug the knee into your chest, getting a nice opening through the outer hip area. Maybe you stay here. If you want to come into your twist, you can hook that elbow, tent the right fingertips, nice and tall as you spiral and look over that right shoulder. And you don't have to hook the elbow. You could just continue to hug it in towards your chest like that. We're going to finish in a comfortable seated position, so just come through center. I'm going to come to cross-legged. We're going to take 2 deep breaths together, and then you are done. Inhale, arms are going to sweep up overhead. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhale up. And exhale, lower. Awesome job. And again, if you enjoyed this class, I have another HIIT Superset Express workout available to Patreon members. That's patreon.com/Nicole Pearce. You can get access to additional classes every month, as well as a monthly workout calendar if you're looking for some guidance in structuring your weeks. And as always, you know the drill. If you like this workout, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I post new workouts here every Monday, almost every Monday. I will see you guys next week.